Right now, struggling to feel like giving it right now. I pray for you, pray that you come back home. I pray that you understand that you're never alone. I pray for the single mothers and the deadbeat dads. Drop the kids off and go party gets me mad. So I pray for peace, I pray for change. Keep on praying when everything stays the same. And I pray for the pastors and all of the churches and those who cry like song following hearses. I pray for you, pray for the sick and the poor. Pray for the rich man who don't get to the Lord. And I pray for wisdom and I pray for power, and I pray for being ready in the final hour, and I pray for those who keep judging ministry, and I pray for my friends and my enemies.
It's important in a reproductive justice space, like we will not yield, that everyone participating honors that people make all kinds of reproductive health decisions, and that those decisions should be respected. Everyone recognizes that based on an array of social and cultural realities such as race, class, gender identity, disability, ability, religious or spiritual beliefs, body size, sexual orientation, among other things, people will have very different experiences, and all of those things need to be given space and voice. Everyone acknowledges that not all women have vaginas, uteruses, or other factors that lead to an assignment at birth, and that our language choices must reflect this reality, not deny it.
We will not yield. We expect participants and attendees to be respectful of all other people and groups of people, to not dehumanize someone else or a group of people, to not use characters of other groups of people, to be aware that people have all kinds of abilities and most disabilities, and most disabilities are not visible. Thanks. And to recognize and honor that people in our crowd are from an array of economic and
You got it.
educational backgrounds.
We ask that the participants and attendees respect this code of conduct, and we will not yield.
Respect.
Help us welcome everyone.
Help.
Make everyone feel welcome.
Welcome.
Not just honor, but celebrate every single person's choices, experiences, and lives.
In short, we ask that participants and attendees to We Will Not Yield center the ideas that policing other people's choices and bodies is inherently, what's that word? I don't know that word.
Antithetical.
Antithetical to reproductive justice.
Damn.
All right. That's what you got?
Hey.
Hey.
It's raining a little bit.
Yeah, hell
But
yeah.
who cares?
We don't care. I mean, I kind of care because let me tell you what's going to happen. My hair going to swell up. You understand?
My hair's gonna flatten out.
So we just going to be up here doing this duo with big ass hair.
And little ass hair.
Huh. That's what we're doing for you.
That's kind of nice because you've got like a little ass and I got a big ass. Oh,
Exactly.
we're dichotomous.
Dichotomous.
All right, so this is Ebony Stewart. She's an amazing slam poet. She's won all kinds of things in Austin. She's performed everywhere. She is sexy, amazing, powerful, and she can just she'll just take you to heaven and back. So she's gonna be helping MC, and who am I?
This is Julie Gillis. What? Yo! She's a co-producer and MC of Bedpost Confessions, a social justice activist, and a writer and all-around badass. I only rock with the real ones.
Oh, thank you, Ebony. Awesome. Hey, let's give it up to the Vortex Theater and the Butterfly
Thank you
Bar.
so much for having us.
Bonnie Cullum!
Bonnie Cullum made this happen for us with this space.
She did.
It's beautiful. Thank you.
We have Patrici's here doing some really amazing food. We had the stuffed pepper.
Yeah, you hungry? Huh?
Make sure you get some food. There's amazing liquidations in the bar area.
Stay hydrated. This is Texas, people. Huh?
It's still a little
hot.
humid.
It's hot.
And so we got a lot of organizations here tonight. Anyone here who's with an organization, yell real loud. Oh, I know.
Show us
There's
where you
more
at.
people.
Show us where you at.
are
If you with an organization and you here to represent, make some noise.
Like, let's say, Austin Ten Cerca La Frontera. Let's say thanks to them. Their mission is to address conditions of social and economic injustice among the Texas-Mexico border, particularly as they affect women and communities of color, and to find community-driven alternatives through transnational solidarity and fair trade.
All go.
I'll go!
Where you at? Where you at? Envisions a just and equitable society that celebrates and nurtures vibrant people of color, queer cultures. Algo works towards its vision through cultural arts, health, and advocacy programming.
Woo! I'll go! Ebony, who else?
Abortion is healthcare.
Abortion is healthcare!
We're running a campaign to integrate abortion care back into general health care by communicating our support of abortion access to our local medical providers. We've lost track of the fact that, hey, what?
Reproduction options, including preventing unintended pregnancy, bearing healthy children, and choosing legal abortion.
Whole Woman's Health is a privately owned feminist organization that has provided comprehensive gynecology services, including abortion care at their clinics. This philosophy is that each woman must be at the center of her own healthcare decisions, and that treating each woman holistically will better serve women and improve women's health and happiness in our communities.
So let's get Heather Busby from Merrill and Fatima Gifford from Women's Health. Where are you? Come on down. Heather Busby.
Heather Busby, come on down.
Where is she? There she is. Come on.
Y'all come on, get wet. I just couldn't. Fatima, come up. Jeez.
Hi, I'm Heather Busby with Narrow Purchase, Texas. And I am Fatima Gifford with Whole Woman's Health. And we're here tonight tonight to promote our great partnership and the campaign we're doing called Fight Back TX Texas. Our booth is over here. We have iPads out so you can sign the pledge or check out the oral history if you haven't already. It's fightbacktx.com.
Yes. So I just wanted to say thank you for all of our supporters who have come out and continue to yell and fight and scream on behalf of Whole Woman's Health. We love you guys. We're still here. We're still fighting. Thank you. So Whole Woman's Health is a series of abortion clinics throughout the state. We have been here since 2003. We want to continue to be here. We will continue to fight. We will continue to talk about abortion. I'm going to say it again. We're going to continue to talk about abortion. What about you guys? What? Yes. So I just want to say thank you. It's so exciting to see so much orange out in the crowd. This is a really, really good and exciting opportunity to see so many people out, especially what happened last year. So I just want to say thank you, and here's Heather.
Hey! Let's give it up for Heather Busby and Fatima Gifford. Yeah. Give it up for all of you for coming out in the rain.
Thank you so much for being here. You are so important.
Does everybody know everybody? In the case that you don't know everybody, shake somebody's hand you don't know.
You can hug them if you want to.
Oh,
I don't know
hug
how
'em.
close you want to get, huh?
Oh my goodness.
Get close. Get close. Hug somebody.
Hug somebody.
We ain't asking you to make love. Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
We'll get there. All right, you know what? We have a very special guest that's about to come up on our stage.
Just walked in the building outside.
We're going to go like this because we're cool. Letitia Vandepute has proudly represented the people of San Antonio at the Texas Ledge since 1991, and on March 4th, 2014, she was elected the Democratic candidate for Texas Lieutenant Governor! She is a practicing pharmacist since 1980, and she represents the Texas Senate District 26, which includes a large portion of San Antonio and Bexar County. Senator Vandepute is a strong advocate for children, active duty military, veterans, and families, quality public education, and the economic development of Texas. Be loud for Letitia Vandepute!
You. Oh my God, my, you look good tonight. So I just have one question. What were you doing 1 year ago? Thank you so much. You know, a little rain's good. Maybe it's a little blessing. But I am so appreciative to you. I am so thankful. Because what happened 1 year ago was not about Wendy or Leticia. It was about you. It was about you. And it was about women. And it was about the men who love the women in their lives. That's right. That's right. And so what happened leading up to the days of the filibuster was something we had never seen before, right? I mean, the beautiful part of a representative democracy. And they didn't. And then I thought, well, they just don't want to listen. And then I thought, maybe it's because it's below our belly button and they don't want to listen. You know, they don't get it. They don't get it. And I remember the great Ann Richards when she really wanted to say how somebody was. They don't get it. Bless their hearts. And you know what that's code for, right? So people have asked me, why did you say that? I mean, did you plan on saying that? I didn't plan on them ignoring me. I didn't plan on them turning off my mic. I didn't plan on them treating you the way they did. I didn't plan. It came from the gut, ladies. It came from my mind, and it came from the holes in my heart. That day was a tough day for our family, and I had no intention of coming back to the Capitol. We'd put Daddy to rest. And I realized when a staff member came up to me, we were gathered afterwards, he said, they're going to try to get Senator Davis. They've called the second point of order on her. And they were explaining to me what happened, and I said, I gotta go. I've gotta go. All the time my daddy raised his voice for me. I gotta go. But it was pretty late, and I said, I can't get there. Well, my staff member says, hey, I got DPS waiting for you. Don't worry. Don't worry. And when I got there was just a bottom of the well, but it was the women in the House. Lots to be said about the Senate. You know the power of the House members when they stole that bill, and when the women said that, it was glorious. So when I said, at what point must a female senator raise her hand or her voice to be heard over the male colleagues in the room, you erupted. You erupted because you felt it too. And we must not forget. Forget, because that was a moment in time, and they said, oh, they're going to forget. Nuh-uh. We're not forgetting. Because it was your response. And it was the people of this state. And it was the hundreds of thousands that were watching online that we had no idea about, right? That's what it was about. But for me, that night was about other people. Particularly Martha Northington. They had to drag her out. She said, in all her glorious gray hair, drag me out, I'm not leaving. That's the courage. And the courage of folks, and I got this down because I didn't want to leave anybody out, but where's Shelby Alexander? Shelby. And how about the famous Dana Cloud, right? Brooke Randall. I mean, the people that were there, Ellen Sweets, Molly Terry, Amanda Wood, and our number one guy, Dan Solomon, right? So it was about them and everybody else that day. It was about Jessica too, wasn't it? And it was about our daughters, and for me it was about my granddaughter. And so, let me tell you, we've got to remember. And when I said those words, it was out of anger and frustration. But they resonate still today. They resonated then. They resonate today. And they sure as hell better resonate in November. Yes! So thanks to you, Wendy had that voice. And all I wanted to do was to show up and said, I thought if she saw me, maybe she'd get a little strength. But the real story of that night was, we got the strength from you. We got the strength from you to see you, to hear you. And I don't know about y'all, but at one point, I think 2 minutes before midnight, because I think I said what I said about 11:48. At 2 minutes to midnight, that building was shaking. It's granite. It's 4 stories. It's granite. And I felt that power, and it was cleansing and invigorating. And you got to have an unruly mob to have a movement. And so let's rededicate ourselves. Rededicate ourselves. They can't take us back. Can't help. From them.
Where is it? Right there behind you. Yeah, right here. Right there.
This blue tent right here. They're right underneath the blue tent.
Yeah, all right. All right, what else we got? Speaking of vaginas. Vagina the zine.
The zine, where you at?
Where you at?
The zine, where you at?
There's someplace back there. Quarterly publications.
right now. So come closer so you can see and hear. Are we good? Can you hear us? I can't hear y'all.
To walk among active giants. The choice to be in DC instead of with you tonight in person is really difficult for me. I'm here to take up our work on a federal level, to advocate on the Hill for the passage of women's health legislation on Life Forever, to be a part of the great summer of 2013. But as a provider of safe and compassionate abortion care throughout Texas, my heart was broken. The organization I built with some fabulous women and men who are there among you tonight. I know of at least 5 of my the week of August 4th in Austin federal court, and we expect it to start in Austin, go to 5th Circuit New Orleans, and go all the way up to Washington, D.C. in the Supreme Court. And we're in it for the long haul. We respect women and we'll do everything we can to take the lies and stigma that allow these laws to play, and we're going to take.
We must win because this is your country. Is the center of the universe. My country, my cunt. Whose country? Say it, my country. Whose country? My country. Whose cunt? My cunt. Whose country? Power.
We are peaceful people, but we are powerful people. We know that power isn't aggressive all the time. And how lucky are you that Senator Dan Patrick, a sports radio guy with a history of erratic behavior and multiple violent episodes, feel every word, every story, every broken promise, every backroom political deal, every special interest dollar ever spent, and every missed opportunity ever. And victories you have from now until November to win this particular battle in a larger and longer war. And if you
And out here, while you're still congregating, go ahead and make some noise for Elizabeth McQueen.
Never been done. And so I want to thank y'all for that. And it was sort of a design. Anyway, it worked. The plan worked. It worked more than I ever thought it possibly could. And anyway, so I just I want to thank you, and I want to thank my colleagues. I'm going to pass it over to one of the Donnas, and we just want to share with you what our experiences were through all of that. I know everybody has a very unique experience. So Donna,
thank you. Hey, thank you all so much for being here, and Jessica and Donna and I, really, this is all about working together with you guys. We could never have done what we did without your being there and giving us the energy and having our backs. It was just an awesome experience to see everybody come to their house, to their capital, to make sure their voice was heard. And you know, one of the things that I was struck with, it had to do with all the generations that were there. It was an incredible thing to see, and many of you younger people show up. And I know even Jessica Luther, wherever you are here, said, I didn't know who any of you guys were. And yeah, isn't that right, Jessica? Yeah. The fact is, though, you came. You came and you got involved. There was something that was engaging you about what was happening, because actually what was happening was your constitutional rights were being violated. That's right. And you woke up and you said, I better go make sure that they know that that's not okay with me. And you came, and people of all ages came, and one person I want to particularly mention, because I know some of you knew her, and I haven't heard her talked about today, but she needs to be mentioned, and that's our good friend Ann McAfee. Absolutely! Ann McAfee, who as a 13-year-old, worked on a political campaign for a woman gubernatorial candidate here in Texas. That's what got her started. And she did it every day of her life. Stood up for women, women's rights, families, equality, equal justice, people having the vote. She did it every day of her life, and then she was with us. 1 year ago today, she was with us at the Capitol and had a stroke and died a few days later. We need to remember people like Ann McAfee, whose shoulders we stand upon. But we also need to recognize all of you of all ages who are coming up behind us. And I tell you, I'm older than these two women up here, but we need to know that you guys are there paying attention, and that you will follow us, and you will keep working.
Thank you. And so you see the Jessica and the Donna and the Donna. You know, you can always tell us apart by our hair, you know. Because there's no other way. We went to the same middle school, same high school. Reagan Raiders, that's right. And we all stand for the same cause. And Jessica and I came into this on the same class, same year. Jessica is younger than I am. Yeah, but Jessica kicks butt a lot better than I do. Yeah. I do it in an ankle biter. I'm not quite sure what that means, so I'm not sure I'm going to own up to that one right now. However, that night, and an incredible night, you know, just thinking back to that night, some of the thoughts, you know, you just cannot remember except for seeing it in pictures and in video. And 2 nights ago, or last night, or whenever it was, I found a video on my cell phone. It was where Donna and I were kind of cutting up on the Senate floor. And we captured the moment, and then we had a little moment of selfie, you know, in the video. But we, you know, thought back to the night on the House floor, and Jessica was working so hard with this binder, not of women, but a binder of information that was so important to keeping the debate going, keeping the discussion going, because we knew that no matter how difficult it was, no matter how tired we were, no matter what time of the night it was, that we had to keep running that clock to make sure that we brought down that time frame at the request of our Senate colleagues, that Wendy would not have to stand for more than 13 hours. We knew that was our goal. We knew that we would not win that vote, but we knew we would win because we knew we could outplay them, outtalk them, outwork them on parliamentary procedure. If there's one thing that I can say about all of my Democratic colleagues is that they know the rules of parliamentary procedure. They know what is germane and what is not germane. Unlike that light guy, that's true. X. And worked very, very hard to make sure things were happening. But Jessica was working so hard, and in many ways by herself, and she was trying just to keep things going. I remember walking up to Jess and saying, "Hey, give me this book. I got this. I can help you out with this." And of course, on that night, there were so many things that were being discussed from the front microphone that had absolutely no validity to them. I mean, things like, you know, you don't have to worry about incest because if a woman gets raped, she can go to emergency room and get cleaned out. You know, only the most illiterate person, oh, we know who that is. Would make such statements and truly believe it and not make the statement one time, but when asked to repeat what she said it twice. And you know, we really have to give some daps to Rachel Maddow for really jumping on that, to ensure that the world saw the literacy on the other side of the aisle, who have attempted to force their ways upon us. Those who want to rewrite what's in public law, want to rewrite what the Supreme Court decided many years ago under Roe versus Wade, and it's a discussion that has been decided for a very long time. But they feel that if they cannot win in the courts, then they will make changes to everything that the courts do in order to get their way, even if there's no scientific backing that is behind anything that they discuss or anything that they do. And that's what it reminded me of that night, was that they would throw out the entire book of science to force upon a woman what they wanted women to do, as if women
We're still chattel.
do not know how to make a decision for themselves, as if women are not intelligent, as if women have not considered these situations. And then at the same time, if they had the greatest level of concern for us, for our daughters, for our sisters, for our mothers, for our cousins, for our aunts, then they would ensure that the Women's Health Insurance Program had been continued and birth control would be available so that no woman would ever have to consider the need for termination of a pregnancy. But if a woman did need to do that, that should be her right. That's why it's called pro-choice, so that we can choose. And that's what kept me going that night when I said to Jess, I got this. I can help you with this at the back microphone. And we have to keep going, and we have to keep fighting, and we've got to bottle that energy that we had this time last year and turn out every single person who believes that it is our right to choose. Turn over those rocks. You guys, turn them out. Turn up the energy. Let's make it happen.
You need to get your stack over here. But I want to tell you, while you were talking, I was beginning to be filled with outrage. And I hope everybody here is continuing to feel that you are filled with outrage about what happened a year ago. When I think about it, I mean, this has been a very strange day, trying to figure out, you know, am I glad we're celebrating? What is the right thing we're doing today? Do I really want to relive everything? I was telling Scott in my office, I feel a responsibility to you guys. You all were there for us. I want to be here for you. I want to be able to honor and respect what you've done, and I feel very humbled by that. But what I'm feeling right now really is outrage. As Donna was talking and we're reliving all these things that happened then, the fact that the session before, we had a legislature who cut family planning by 2/3 for no reason other than they did not want Planned Parenthood to be a part of it. It had nothing to do with anything other than denying Planned Parenthood to be a part of this. And what they did by making those cuts is they shut down clinics across the entire state, denying thousands of women access to preventive health care, contraceptive care, and as Donna's saying, doing cancer screenings, doing the exact opposite of what they said their intention was, because it would increase the need for abortion if you do not have contraceptives. Thank you. It's just outrageous. And then when we showed up that summer, of course, we weren't having the abortion battle during the regular session. We were going to, we didn't vote for it, it wasn't going to come up. And then when the special session happened, it was brought up. We had to face this thing. We fought it like Donna and Jessica have been describing. But the fact is that we had the cards stacked against us the entire time.
11th hour surprise.
Yeah. And they were expecting all of us to follow the rules, right? We were all supposed to follow the rules. And most everybody did follow the rules in terms of making sure that you were, you know, being quiet when you had to be quiet, and jazz hands or no jazz hands or whatever. And then that night in the State Affairs Committee, when people came to testify and were turned away because they were repetitive, and then came back, and every time you turned around, you had things happening like this sack that she's going to pull out here. And I think this may be one of those jars that they said they found at the Capitol. Yeah. Well, anyway, the fact is, you were disrespected. You had every right to be there and to make your voice heard. That's what civil disobedience is.
Right. You know, and it was interesting because as a member of the committee, to watch the chairman basically call witnesses one-to-one when that was not the case. I mean, it was overwhelmingly folks from our side that were concerned about women's health, and every now and then, I tried as much as I could to talk to him, but I think he very much had an agenda. But nonetheless, every time that they circumvented the rules, we came back on them, and the only reason we came back on them is because y'all showed up. I mean, this would have been swept under. It was always going to get passed, but it would have been just so quiet. And instead, what happened was you showed up, and we have a gubernatorial candidate, and we have a lieutenant governor candidate. And so y'all awakened the party, you awakened the state. And so these next 4 months, early voting starts in 4 months. Can you believe that? 4 months. And so we have a lot of work to do, and we have to make sure. I mean, don't have any other idea except this bill was about a Republican primary. Absolutely. And David Dewhurst was trying to prove that he was a true conservative. Well, you know, he lost his job. I feel so bad. You know, but the stain on him is that a lot of women are their lives are going to be changed dramatically because they're not as savvy as the folks that are here and other folks that you know that know how to go get health care or might have a job that provides insurance or whatever it is. Exactly. This has been a systematic thing. Even before the end of the second special session, Representative King had already filed a bill to outlaw abortion at 6 weeks. So there's just no end to this. You think there's nothing else they can possibly do, and they always find something to do. And what ended up happening is women are going to get sick, and children are going to be born that are not cared for and cherished the way they should be. And so a lot of people, there's going to be a lot of suffering. But anyway, I brought what? Oh yeah, and women are gonna lose their lives or lose their ability to have children in the future because they did not have a safe and legal procedure. So
one last thing. We all know you're not only the wind beneath our wings, you are the Texas tornado beneath our wings. In the 20 plus years that we have been in the legislature, collectively 60-something years, we have never seen a movement as we saw on that night.
You're welcome.
And we went to
Thank you.
Jessica and I are Ardmore, Oklahoma alumni. But that night in Texas, when you guys swarmed in there and stayed there, we had never seen anything before. You give us reason to fight. You give us reason to move on.
And when we fight, we don't feel like we're alone. And so thank y'all for that. But anyway, I brought some of y'all's belongings. These were the things that were collected, the DPS. And so these were left in my office, or we collected them. So if you have some feminine hygiene products that you've been missing, or you would like some free ones, or you'd like there's some surge protectors for some folks that were in my office using their laptops. I figure if a year's gone by and people haven't come to claim them, you can have them. But I just want to tell y'all that a year ago was life-changing for me, and I was very emotional today, and I almost cried on the stage because to see y'all again, I looked forward to this all day long, and actually in the days up to this, because like I said, this wouldn't have been possible. Y'all just amaze me at how smart you are and how organized you are, how caring you are. God, you just exceed any expectation I could possibly have as to who citizen legislators are. And y'all did that filibuster in those last 13 minutes it was. And I could see, I was watching the clock and I was like, I'm thinking, and so anyway, I was like, and then it was like, anyway, so then Lieutenant Governor Dewhurst and others tried to come after those of us that somehow did something so awful. After they had passed a bill illegally, and then, anyway, y'all know. So, come get your stuff, because we're tired of carrying it. We need the space in our office. Thanks.
Thank you. Make sure it's nothing up here.
Last call, everybody, just so you know.
I think these are the
Last call, if you want any alcohol. Last call, because we're about to yell. Everybody, are you ready to yell?
Yes.
All right, we're going to watch a video. Look up here on the screen and get your tampons, because they're going fast. And we are going to yell.
Parliamentary inquiry.
The state tree inquiry.
At what point must a female senator raise her hand or her voice to be recognized over the male colleagues in the room?
The issue before the body is the previous question. The secretary will call the roll. members can properly cast their vote. If I can have order, we will suspend the roll call vote until we can get order in the chamber.
Let's keep this fire going.